Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in cold blood, greeted to a New York State court with chants of support on Friday. The 26-year-old has attracted throngs of supporters, many of whom are fed up with the healthcare industry in this country. They flooded the Manhattan courthouse. In fact, the court had to stop allowing in spectators. Mangione facing 11 counts of first and second-degree murder, plus weapons and forgery charges. He's also facing state charges in Pennsylvania and a federal case as well.
In our society, the courtroom is more than just a building. It is a symbol of impartial justice, where the rule of law is upheld and where every individual is guaranteed a fair trial. When a group of individuals gathers outside these hallowed halls with inflammatory signs declaring, "We are Luigi," they not only challenge the decorum of the judicial process, but also send a dangerous message that can undermine public trust in our legal institutions. Today, I will argue that while the right to free expression is a cherished democratic value, actions that appear to support individuals accused of murder and that actively disrupt the solemnity of the judicial process must be met with firm legal consequences. Only by doing so can we protect the integrity of our legal system and maintain the public's faith in justice. Disruption of the judicial process. The courtroom is designed to be a neutral arena where justice is administered without prejudice or external influence. It is here that facts are meticulously examined, evidence is weighed, and decisions are made based on the merits of the case. When protesters with signs proclaiming, "We are Luigi," assemble outside, they transform a space of impartiality into one of public spectacle and partisanship. Their presence risks contaminating the process, potentially influencing jurors, intimidating witnesses, or even pressuring judges, all of which can lead to an erosion of the very principles the legal system is built upon. Such displays are not simply a matter of public opinion. They are an affront to the principle that every person deserves a fair and unbiased hearing. By supporting an individual accused of murder through public demonstrations, these individuals not only express loyalty to a controversial figure, but also attempt to sway public sentiment before the court has reached a verdict. This preemptive celebration of guilt can skew perceptions and hinder the objective evaluation of evidence, thereby compromising the foundation of justice. The dangers of endorsing criminal behavior. At its core, supporting someone accused of committing murder sends a deeply troubling message. It suggests that criminal acts, especially acts as grave as murder, can be condoned or even celebrated if done in the name of loyalty or ideology. This is a dangerous precedent. In a society that values the sanctity of human life and the rule of law, it is essential that every crime, particularly one as severe as murder, is met with the full force of legal accountability. When demonstrators openly display signs declaring, "We are Luigi," they tacitly endorse the actions of an individual who has been implicated in taking lives. Their actions blur the line between lawful protest and the glorification of criminal behavior. This not only emboldens others who might harbor extremist views, but also contributes to a culture where violence and lawlessness are inadvertently normalized. For the sake of public safety and societal order, it is crucial that the law sends a clear message. Support for those who commit heinous crimes, especially through public demonstration, will not be tolerated. The importance of legal accountability. To safeguard the principles of justice and public order, the law must make an example of those who take it upon themselves to undermine the judicial process. This is not merely a punitive measure, but a necessary action to preserve the integrity of our legal system. When individuals disrupt court proceedings or use public space to express support for someone accused of murder, they are engaging in behavior that can have far-reaching consequences. By enforcing legal consequences for such actions, the state reaffirms its commitment to impartial justice and discourages similar conduct in the future. This is not about stifling free speech. Indeed, free expression remains a cornerstone of democracy, but about drawing a line when that expression veers into the realm of undermining justice. When the law takes a firm stand against actions that risk corrupting the process of a fair trial, it not only protects the rights of the accused and the victims, but also sends a broader message to society that the rule of law is paramount, and any attempt to subvert it will be met with decisive action. Furthermore, by holding these demonstrators accountable, The legal system can prevent a slippery slope where extremist views gain undue influence over public discourse. The courtroom must remain a sanctuary for impartiality, and any behavior that threatens that sanctity must be rigorously scrutinized and, if necessary, sanctioned. Balancing free speech with public responsibility. It is important to acknowledge that free speech is a fundamental right in our society. Citizens have the right to express their opinions, even if those opinions are unpopular or controversial. However, this right is not absolute. When free speech is used as a tool to disrupt justice, incite further lawlessness, or support individuals accused of violent crimes, it must be weighed against the greater need for public safety and the preservation of the legal process. The actions of those gathering with "We Are Luigi" signs represent a form of speech that is intrinsically linked to the endorsement of behavior that, if left unchecked, can undermine societal norms. While it is essential to protect dissenting voices, it is equally important to ensure that such dissent does not translate into support for criminality or result in the obstruction of justice. In this context, the law has a responsibility to balance the right to free expression with the duty to maintain public order and ensure that justice is served without interference. By addressing these actions through the legal system, society can reinforce the notion that while diverse opinions are welcome, there is a line beyond which public expression becomes harmful. This balance is crucial for fostering a society where freedom and order coexist harmoniously, ensuring that the rights of all citizens are respected while upholding the rule of law. The broader implications for society. The issue at hand extends beyond a single case or a single individual. It touches on the broader challenge of how a society deals with extremism and the glorification of criminal behavior. When demonstrators align themselves with individuals accused of murder, they contribute to a culture where violence can be seen as acceptable under certain ideological banners. This undermines the moral fabric of our communities and risks setting a precedent that could have dangerous repercussions. By making an example of those who support individuals accused of murder through public demonstrations, the law not only addresses a specific disruption but also sends a broader societal message. It reinforces the idea that while robust debate and dissent are essential to a healthy democracy, there is zero tolerance for behavior that actively seeks to undermine justice or celebrate acts that are antithetical to the values of a civilized society. Such a stance can have a deterrent effect, discouraging others from engaging in similar actions. It affirms that while the court of public opinion is free, the formal legal system will not tolerate any interference that compromises its ability to deliver impartial justice. This is a message that resonates deeply in a society that values the principles of fairness, accountability, and the sanctity of life. Conclusion: reaffirming the rule of law. In conclusion, the public displays by Luigi's supporters, marked by signs proclaiming "We Are Luigi" outside the courtroom, represent more than mere protest. They are a challenge to the judicial process, an endorsement of behavior that undermines the principles of justice, and a dangerous normalization of criminality. While the right to free speech is a foundational aspect of our democracy, it must be exercised responsibly, especially when it intersects with the administration of justice. For the sake of protecting the integrity of our legal system, it is imperative that the law make an example of those who publicly support individuals accused of murder. Doing so is not an infringement on free speech. Rather, it is a necessary measure to preserve the sanctity of our courtrooms, ensure the fairness of judicial proceedings, and uphold the rule of law. By holding these individuals accountable, we reaffirm our commitment to a society where justice is not only done but is seen to be done, where the voices of extremism are met with the full force of the law, and where the principles of fairness, accountability, and public order remain unassailable. In a time when societal divisions and extremist views threaten the cohesion of our communities, it is more important than ever to stand up for the values that bind us together. The courtroom, as a symbol of impartial justice, must be protected at all costs. Let this be a reminder that while freedom of expression is vital, it does not extend to actions that undermine the very foundations of a just society.